Progressive politics. And we've got two of the best and brightest to help you cut through all the noise. Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's A More Perfect Union with Dr. Nee Cordelai-Corte. And at 4 p.m., it's Areva Martin in Real Time. He's the university professor and distinguished member of the White House Correspondents Association. She's a best-selling author and Harvard-trained civil rights lawyer. And they are both here every day to help guide you through all the this year, because you know it's going to get deep. Get your politics on weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. with A More Perfect Union, hosted by Dr. Nee Cordelai-Corte and Areva Martin in Real Time, only on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your flag.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
We do this in our sleep.
You ever been in love before? I wanna holler at you, man. You know it's hard for a player to admit that sometimes, but I'ma spit that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? AP, give it to me one time, nephew.
There's something about this girl, man, from around my way. Ever try to hold back your feelings, but it just wouldn't stay.
You were inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, and I'm with you guys Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on that drive home. If you are already at home, you know what? Good for you. Put your feet up. Relax. It's Friday. We are going into the weekend, and that is a great, great thing. That right there that you're listening to is Pharrell. Happy birthday to Pharrell. I would have went with the NERD. You know what I'm saying? No? Okay, Andy said no. Okay, well, just because it had Rihanna on it?
Nah, because he beefing with Chad right now. So no Neptunes. This is strictly Pharrell.
Wow, that's how you feel. Okay.
No hate on Chad Hugo, though. I like him, too. It sucks that they're beefing.
It does. It definitely does suck. No, I hear you. Okay, well then, and this is his birthday, so let him get the shine. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into some updates for you before we move on with our show, because we have a brand new entertainment contributor who I'm so excited to have on the show with me today. Did you know, according to Gail, who says that new data is showing that divorce rates are on the decline? Well, not according to Chance the Rapper, okay? Chance the Rapper said, it's done. And that actually saddens me. I'm not trying to make fun of that. But the good news is overall, y'all know I love love. So overall, the divorce rates are on the decline. And they say it's probably due to the fact that during the pandemic, couples were able to face their challenges head on, which is great. And then also, this one I really love. They say that these couples are choosing friendship more than passion. Is that what you were going to say, Andy? Friendship? That's the thing nowadays.
That was my question. I want to say yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? People are not rushing into marriage. I'm not about to get married at 21.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I might wait until I'm 40, 45. I don't know. I want to take my time with this relationship stuff because the divorce rate is so high.
Mm-hmm.
But this is beautiful news that it's lowering. I just think people are taking their time with marriage, and at the same time, if you are married, I think people are taking the time to just improve the relationship, improve the marriage, and understand that communication matters. We got to have these difficult conversations. We got to know the nuances, and like, as Zoe Williams likes to say, your attachment style. Like people are breaking relationships down, and it's not just vanity or taking these pictures for the gram or whatever the case may be. It's deeper than what it is.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, no, great points. I think overall, I'm just happy to hear that the divorce rates are on the decline. That makes my heart smile. Bronny James, he said that he's entering the NWA, we were talking about the NWA when Avi was here. He said he's entering the NBA draft while maintaining his college eligibility. You know what? Some people do not think it's a smart move. They think that he still has a way to go. We'll see. I think that possibly his health could kind of come into play, and maybe that's why he isn't playing at his best right now, because you know how sometimes if you've injured your leg or your knee or something, and you know you recovered, you healed, but you're still afraid to like play hard. You know, I still might think that might be playing a little bit into Bronny's game. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens with that. And then lastly, before we move on, J. Cole. He was the talk of the day because J. Cole dropped a surprise album, but he is trending for his 7-minute drill rap that was aimed at Kendrick Lamar. I cannot lie. J. Cole is up. Andy?
It was weak.
Okay.
It was dope.
Okay. Let's clarify.
It was dope, but
he could have come harder. He
could have came off a little bit more harder.
Okay, well, okay. That's fair. But if you wanna do this whole like comparison thing, he washed Kendrick.
What do you mean? Washed Kendrick in what?
In the song. If you're just talking about the song, Kendrick's. He didn't dedicate an entire song. He had some bars that went at the two of them.
Talking about Kendrick.
Kendrick.
I mean, yeah, he only had a verse.
Yeah. So I mean. We can discuss that later, Andy, you and me. But I still feel like J. Cole won on this one. Let's go ahead and jump into what the Raw Report is about, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
Okay, today we're talking about relationships again. And maybe this will help us to really talk about maybe this divorce rate thing going down. Kerry Washington, she says that she really did the most, I think, in protecting her relationship. She was hiding her engagement when she was engaged to her now husband, Nnamdi Asomugha. Excuse me. He's a great guy. Asomugha. Nnamdi Asomugha. And yeah, we'll talk about that. And I want to know what will you do to protect your relationship? Because I have examples of people who really kind of stay out of the limelight. And I think this possibly could be one of the things that helps them along with their relationship. We're also talking about Aoki Lee Simmons. Okay, we all know, we've seen the photos. Maybe you have or you haven't. She's 21 years old, and she was spotted kissing a 65-year-old businessman. They want to talk about it. People are kind of, she's receiving a lot of backlash because she's going down a similar path as her mom, Kamora Lee Simmons, who wound up marrying her dad, Aoki's dad, Russell Simmons. So we'll talk about it and what people are saying and maybe just discuss the views on it. Is that a good look or not? Aoki Lee is a model. She's a very young model. She's beautiful. She's doing great things. And this happens a lot in the modeling world. So we'll break that down, talk about it. I see you, Raw Squad, coming up into our YouTube chat. We'll get to you guys in just a little bit as well. On the other side, we will get to our entertainment contributor of the day and talk about these subjects. You're listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Lil Real Howery. Right now, you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. That's right. The Raw Report.
You're inside The Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? My...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report. With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I am so excited to have with us for the very first time and our entertainment contributor of the day, Niara J. She is a writer and an entertainment correspondent. She's also a model because she's beautiful like that. Hey to you, Niara. How are you today?
Hi, thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you for having me. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. Can you let everybody know a little bit about what you do? I know you work with It's On Site, and you do some styling and other media things. Let everybody know a little bit about you.
Yes, so my name is Niara. I am an entertainment correspondent. I am also a writer, and as well as Robin mentioned, I am a model. I'm currently a contributor for On Site, contributor, editor, correspondent for On Site, and I also have my own media show called What's the Juice. So you guys can follow me. You guys can follow me at niara._ and what'sthejuice.tv.
Ooh, what's the juice? Okay, so you know the juice. All right, this is what's up. This is good. This is very good.
Yes.
I want to first get into this conversation about Kerry Washington. As we know, she's probably talking because I believe it was 13 years ago that Scandal came to us, and I was a huge Scandal fan. How about you? Did you ever watch that show?
I actually started watching Scandal when it was off air, and I caught up, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, very good. At least you got on, because that's what's important, right? You got on, and I think everybody, we were all into Olivia Pope and all that stuff. And, Kerry Washington has continued to do some great things in her career, but she's also married to a former football player as well as an actor. And she was recently talking about how she didn't want anybody to know that she was even engaged to the man. So she would pin her engagement ring to her undergarments because she wanted to really protect the relationship, the privacy of it. And I never heard anything like that before, Niara. I mean, that's being real. I never heard anybody say, I just pinned it so nobody would know. But do you feel like we're talking about divorce rates and how they're on the decline, but we also know relationships is just a strange thing now. Just the other day, how Chance the Rapper and his wife, or soon to be ex-wife Kirsten announced that they're divorcing after 5 years. And it's like, should you go to great lengths like that to protect your relationship in order to kind of keep things together?
Absolutely. I think that you should definitely do what needs to be done to protect your relationship. And like you said, every relationship is different. So whatever that looks like within your relationship. So if that means you want to hide it from the world, especially being someone of Kerry Washington's stature, she's a public figure. She's out there. Ultimately she's a star. So I know sometimes when it comes to situations like that, when you're in the public eye, you can come under a lot of scrutiny. You have comments from fans. You have comments from a lot of different people playing into your relationship. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think it can be necessary, especially if you're a public figure, just so you won't have those outside opinions, placing their opinions on the relationship that ultimately they know nothing about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, do you feel, this is sort of an ongoing question, because we keep seeing, like, especially reality TV and how you have the housewives and the whatever hip hop, whatever, all the reality shows. And it was like people were saying that there was this curse. Now, I'm not going to go that far and talk about people's relationships are cursed, but it was like literally people would go on a show and then they would air out their relationship sort of in public, and then somewhere down the line you would see it would hit the news that, okay, they're getting a divorce. And it's like, is there something to that? The fact that these people choose to go on and open themselves up to the relationship. Do you believe in that sort of, I hate to call it a curse, but for lack of a better word right now, do you believe in that curse?
I mean, see, that's hard. So I don't think I necessarily all the way believe in it, but I do think it's possible because you have, like I mentioned before, you have the opinions of other people. So it can be situations where people might be preying on your relationship's downfall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like also contribute to that. People wishing you bad or wishing bad things to happen on your relationship. So I feel like that plays a factor. Also, another thing is a lot of times when I feel like when people make their relationship public, when they divorce, that's also public as well. You have situations where, for instance, you have the Hailey Bieber and the Justin Bieber situation. Their relationship is very public, but now that they're going through it, you have people, whether it's their family or whether it's fans, they're placing their judgment on them, and now they're going through it publicly.
Yeah, that hurts my heart. Actually, I didn't even know that they were. I don't know if they're getting a divorce or not, but I didn't hear about that. But it's true. Sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes you are a public figure and whoever you choose to marry is also a public figure. But there are some people who do it well. I mean, there's some examples that I have here. People who I feel like have been together for multiple years. Denzel Washington and his wife, Pauletta, they've been together 40 some odd years. And of course, his wife, Pauletta, is not a secret. He doesn't keep her a secret, but they're not in the public eye. Like even Ice Cube and his wife, LL Cool J and his wife, Samuel L. Jackson. There are definitely people that we have as examples who are mega stars, and they don't hide their wives, but you also don't see them blasting everything out on social media. You don't see them even really on like red carpets or going to a lot of these events. They just keep it super low key. And and I like that. And I feel like maybe that could be the way to go. Right now, looks like over in our YouTube chat, the poll is, does keeping your relationship private help you keep keep your relationship together. And 100% of you say, yes, that seems to be the way. So, hopefully they'll continue to rock the way that they are. I know that Kerry and Namdi have 2 children together. They're both public. I had a chance to interview Namdi once because he was a part of a film. And like I said, I felt like he was a great guy, but he seemed very low profile, which I think is going to, continue to help their relationship. So good for them. But I don't know if, I don't know if I'm going to hear anybody else say that they pinned their engagement ring to their undergarments. You go, girl. So, Niara, let's jump into this conversation about Aoki Lee. And oh my goodness, I really like her, by the way. She is a model. She's been a model pretty much her entire life. As we know, she is the daughter of Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons, and it seems as though she's receiving backlash because she's headed down the same road as her parents. We know that it's sort of people. There's the rumor that they started dating, that Russell and Kimora started dating when she was only 17. However, the records say that her mom approved of the relationship once she turned 18. But at least we know they met at 17. So there was an 18-year difference between the two. And here's Aoki up on a beach in St. Bart's chilling. I mean, she's chilling. She's posing. She's, kissing this 65-year-old man. And people are just saying how nervous they are for her. I mean, what does that look like to you? What do you make of the fact that she's so young, he's so experienced? Is that a good look, or does she need to be careful?
So I have very mixed feelings on this whole situation. I would say I definitely think this is a fling. I don't think that this is anything that she's taken serious. She's young, she's beautiful, she's a model, she's very educated. I believe she graduated Harvard at just 20 years old. So I don't think that this is anything serious, but I do think that there's been a lot of comments online, but I do think that this can possibly stem from potential daddy issues. She has called out her dad publicly on numerous occasions. She's publicly called him out for a number of things. She's not afraid to speak out. So it can be unconscious. Sometimes we do things, or people do things, and they're not really aware of what they're doing. But it can be potentially daddy issues. But I don't think that this is anything super serious. A lot of people are saying, like you mentioned before, the comments are that she's going down the path of her mom. But I do think the age difference between her mom and her dad is a way bigger gap.
Yeah.
Than who she's dating now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I question, for me, first of all, I have 17-year-old daughters, right? They're not too far off from Aoki. I mean, that's just, I'm looking at her like she could be my daughter, right? Even though I'm not, seriously, I don't, I'm not that old. I'm just saying, like, I'm just comparing the two, my daughters and Aoki. And I think, of course, I'm like, that's too young. You need to scale back a little bit. You need to, date someone in your own age group, at least a range, right? But then I'm trying to take into consideration, and I hope I don't sound naive by saying this, but she is a very well-rounded, well-traveled, well-studied young woman, right? And she's a model in global model. She has done a lot. They have traveled the entire world. She has seen it all, done it all. Is there something to say about the maturity level? Because she's brilliant, and she is very mature for her age. We've seen her speak. We've seen her. She's done a lot publicly. And so is there something to say, like, okay, at least she could probably handle herself because of all the things that she's seen. She probably has more in common with this 65-year-old man than we could possibly imagine for a typical 21-year-old. Is that fair?
Potentially, yeah, potentially. And like we mentioned before, she graduated from Harvard at just 20 years old. So it may be a connection there. But I personally think I don't think this is anything serious. I definitely think she's exploring. Yes, she's very young, but she is grown. You know, I really want to know what her mom has to say about this. I really would love to hear her mother's perspective on this because she is just 21. She is just 21 years old. But yes, it could definitely be that. It could definitely be a situation where she's very mature. She has a lot in common. She has a lot in common with him. But like I mentioned before, I personally think she's just dating around and just seeing what she likes. And there are younger women in their 20s that are attracted to older men.
That is true. That is true. I guess we have yet to see. I mean, time will tell if this is just a fling or if they have truly something that brought them together. Fahima Sek over in our YouTube, she agrees with you. She says Aoki Lee may have daddy issues. Further, her father certainly wasn't in his 60s when he dated her mother. That is true. I mean, there was definitely the age gap, but they were much closer in age, and I could probably even understand that a little bit. But here they say that, you know, depending upon where you are in the age lineup, right, in your age range, it could present more of a problem, such as Aoki Lee. She's 21 years old. However, when we look at AE, Alexander Edwards, dating Cher, he's in his 30s, 20s, 30s, and she's 70. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So there's still a pretty large age gap, but because they're older, maybe it doesn't present as a problem. You know, I don't know. We will further interrogate that when we come forward. But I also want to bring up to you this whole Lizzo thing. Lizzo, who she's making more statements online. She actually recently talked about the fact that she was quitting and then turned around and said, no, I wasn't talking about the music business. I'm just quitting the negativity. And now she's coming back. But there have been some things said about her that I actually want to get your take on to see if she's bringing any of this onto herself. We'll discuss that on the other side as well when we come forward. But right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You're listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Denzel Whitaker, and I'm on The Raw Report.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Trey Thomas. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Black mayors of New York City and Philadelphia spoke out to reassure residents in their communities about the Friday morning earthquake that hit the Northeast. The quake's epicenter was in Lebanon, New Jersey, but was felt as far away as New York State and Pennsylvania. The Justice Department's Criminal Division Violent Crime Initiative is sending resources to St. Louis, Missouri to target gangs and other violent groups. First Alert 4 is reporting Attorney General Merrick Garland said the Justice Department will not rest until every person is safe from violent crime. North Carolina's first black-owned children's bookstore is shutting down amid hate crime-like threats against the owners. That's the latest. I'm Trey Thomas on your home for 24/7 news, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Through Pasadena on that 210 westbound, heads up right at Sierra Madre for a stall in that right-hand lane. So you may want to swing it over to the left. You will start seeing some minor slowing right about Rosemead Boulevard. A crash in West LA on the 405 southbound before Olympic, taking away that left-hand lane, so you're backed up to about Wilshire right now, and you're going to stay busy all the way to about La Tejera. Now, if you do take the Vernon Avenue on-ramp to the 110 southbound, that's been shut down for some time because of an overturned big rig on southbound Flowers, so that is blocking that on-ramp, and I'm not seeing an ETA as to when they're going to reopen that. And somebody dropped a car part in Claremont on the 10 westbound as you get over to Indian Hill. The rest reported in that right-hand lane, causing some minor slowing at Central. A crash in Alhambra on the 10 eastbound at Atlantic is now on the shoulder.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
What was your favorite Bronny James moment at USC? If you're unable to come up with an answer, no problem. A lot of folks might not be able to answer that question. After one season at USC, LeBron's son announced on Instagram that he's entering the NBA draft and the NCAA transfer portal. If Bronny decides to stay in school for another year, he will be on a different campus. The deadline to withdraw from the draft is May 31st. Bronny missed 5 months of basketball activity to treat a congenital heart defect. He did not play a full season. In 25 games off the bench, he averaged only 4.8 points, 2.1 assists in 19 minutes. Bronny has to be cleared by the NBA's fitness to play panel before he can participate in team workouts and the scouting combine. He will spend the next few weeks getting info on what NBA teams think of his draft position. Stay tuned. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
We must understand the politics of our community, and we must know what politics is supposed to produce.
This election year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the place for politics. Unapologetically progressive politics. And we've got two of the best and brightest to help you cut through all the noise. Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's A More Perfect Union with Dr. Nee Cordelai-Corte. And at 4 p.m., it's Areva Martin in real time. He's the university professor and distinguished member of the White House Correspondents Association. She's a best-selling author and Harvard-trained civil rights lawyer. And they are both here every day to help guide you through all the this year, because you know it's going to get deep. Get your politics on weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. with A More Perfect Union, hosted by Dr. Nee Cordelai-Corte and Areva Martin in real time, only on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on. Who's got next? And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
right, the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. That's the jam, Andy. That's a throwback. I love that. I love it. If you are just joining us, welcome on into this conversation. We're talking about Kerry Washington and Aoki Lee Simmons, who is maybe confirmed to be dating a 65-year-old man, and she is 21 years old. Andy?
They must have something in common.
They have something in common. Brilliant. Brilliant, Andy. Brilliant. We are also on the line with Niara J, who is our entertainment contributor of the day. Very excited to have you on. I had a quick question. I'm going ahead. I put it over in our poll as well. I wanted to know, and this stems from, you may have seen, I'm sure you have, Loretta Devine. We consider her Auntie Loretta. Auntie Loretta. Well, Andy, why are you looking at me like that? Auntie Loretta.
Why she auntie?
Because that's Auntie.
Okay.
Niara, we had a whole conversation about who is Auntie and who isn't, and the respect or lack thereof. We had a whole conversation about it, but I feel like Miss Loretta Devine is definitely in the Auntie. And one time I actually asked her that on the carpet. I said, now, a lot of people call you Auntie. She says, I don't mind. Yeah, I'll be your Auntie. See, so I'm calling her Auntie Loretta. She was being picked up by an Uber driver who did not recognize her. He was having a whole conversation, and it was really pretty funny. I'm sure you can find it online if you guys want to see it. But really, DJ Black 909 says Robin Ayers is Auntie. Okay. All right. That's fair enough. She was asking him if he watches plays, and he says he does not like plays, and they had this whole back and forth about it. But the question is for you, Niara, where do you stand with this? Does going to musicals and plays help you to become more well-rounded? Or is it kind of like, no, not so much? Like it doesn't really, it won't make you. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Maybe the opera. Going to the opera.
When you say more rounded as
just
like
more,
for me, or as a
just in
actor?
general, yeah, just in general, like as a person, to become more well-rounded. Do you go to do movies help you do that? Do going to plays? Does travel help you do that? So is plays and musicals in and of itself, does that help you to become a more well-rounded person?
Yes, I would definitely say yes. I actually went to my first Broadway play, I think it was last summer. If it wasn't last summer, it was the summer before that. And we saw, me and my mom, we saw Tina, and it was amazing.
Oh, that is a great, I went to see that one as well. It was so good.
It was amazing, and it's completely different from movies. It's completely. So I would definitely say yes. That definitely opened my eyes to definitely wanting to see more plays, and definitely just looking at things a little bit more differently, as well as looking at the actors and actresses differently. Because to get on stage and to read your lines in front of people and to be on point, that's just a whole nother level of discipline. So I definitely have a lot.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you went. Shout out to my husband for taking me. It was like a nice little treat for taking me to Tina. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I've been to a few different musicals and plays and things like that, and we try to get those in here and there. I was also able to see Chicago over in New York when my friend Brandy Norwood, she played the lead, and I mean that was fantastic. It gives you a better appreciation of art, I think. So when Miss Loretta Devine, Auntie Loretta, when she said that it makes you more well-rounded, she told the guy, she was like, you're missing out. And so I agree. Most of you guys over in our YouTube chat, you agree. 78% of you say yes, it does help you become more well-rounded, and so you guys agree. Whoever this 22% is says no. Y'all said no straight up. Okay, well that's fine too. Whatever, however you feel. Let's talk about this Lizzo thing for a second. I saw your comments over here, you guys in YouTube. Terry Tari says that Lizzo just wants attention. I don't know. I don't know. I want to know where let's try to break this thing down. So Lizzo, as we know, she's known for being just out there. She twerks, she dresses, she takes all of her clothes off. She's audacious. And I like that about her. And I've always advocated for her. People body shamed her. But you would still see her work out and stuff like that. It was like, let this lady live, right? She was trying to, she's just out here trying to have a good time. But she always caught a lot of backlash. And recently she came out with a post and she said, it's too much negativity. I didn't sign up for all of this. Deuces, right? So she said, I'm out. Well, then she came right back around and said, I wasn't saying that I'm quitting the music industry like we all thought. She said, I'm just quitting the negative energy and just trying to show other people how to go about this negative energy. Well, today she writes a really powerful, I think maybe impactful message, saying that she's embracing her feelings after years of hating them, because she actually talked about how she learned years ago when she was a child to hide her feelings and how she hid how to express them even. So I think she's doing, I don't know if she's doing a good job, you tell me, of humanizing herself, because she's received all this backlash and people used to see her sort of as this like icon and this sort of icon of shame, and she seems to be doing, to me, a pretty good job of humanizing herself and letting us in on her story. Does this help you to receive her a little bit better? Do you think she's doing a good job at that?
I think yes. I think Lizzo's doing a good job, but I think that she's always done a good job at expressing herself. Like you mentioned, she's out there. She's not afraid to say what she feels. Like you mentioned before, she twerks. I think I agree with the person who commented that you said that they mentioned that she's looking for attention. Mm-hmm. Was that the?
Yeah.
I agree with that halfway. So I think that she's not looking for the attention that we would expect her to look for. Like, like somebody who's saying like, all right, like, I just want attention. I think it's more so kind of a little bit like a cry for help, if that makes sense. Like,
that kind of attention, like a cry for help kind of attention. Okay.
Yes. I think like a cry for help kind of attention. I think that she's been through a lot. Mm-hmm. She is a plus-size Black woman in the industry. So we don't know what she's been through behind closed doors. Mm-hmm. She's also been through legal cases where she's been accused of a hostile work environment and things that she's been through in her past. Mm-hmm. So we don't really know what she's going through. So this can be a cry for help. So with that being said, I think that she is doing a great job at honing in on her truth and just talking about embracing her feelings and being out there in the open with it. Like as a public figure, it can be tough. I'm sure it can be tough with the constant comments and the constant, people badgering you and people making fun of you or people saying negative comments. I'm sure that's a lot to deal with. So I do think she's doing a great job at being open about embracing her feelings, for sure.
I can't imagine what it's like to be, you're young, you're talented, and you just want to bring those gifts to the world. And all you really think about for majority of these artists who are out here who just sort of fell into fame, all they ever wanted to do was just share their gift, right? And you start with your surroundings, your little community, your village, people hyping you up, and then suddenly you find yourself in like an A-lister, you know what I'm saying, in the center of all this attention, global attention at times. And I always talk about living there before you're there, like living there in your mind before you're there. And I think maybe people like Lizzo, who received so much negativity, she only focused maybe on her talents and the gifts and sharing those with the world, and didn't put the emphasis on the negativity and what could possibly come, the body shaming and all of those things. So I don't know that she really paid much attention to that before she got into this fame, but I do applaud her for doing what she did with it. She took all this hate, and that must be really tough to just, receive all the comments, all the negativity, and then turn it around and say, you know what, I'm still beautiful and I'm still going to be in your face. And, that must be a really challenging thing to do, but she did it. She did it. And I think now, though, it's sort of like, well, how long can you do that? You against the world. Right. How long can you put that front up when I feel like it was just a front in the beginning. I don't think she was really serious about like, yeah, I'm just going to be in your face even more. I think she was hiding her true feelings, And so ultimately, just because I'm a woman's woman at the same time, I still advocate for her, and I still am pushing and rooting for her, and I'm championing her career and all of that. So I do think she's doing a good job. And I agree with you, though, that cry is that attention she is looking for is a cry for help. Forrest Harrison, he says, Aretha Franklin, Monique, Kelly Price, etc. have similar body types as Ms. Lizzo. The only difference is those other queens don't show their cheeks in public. People are going to make comments. Well, yeah, that's Azalea. I think she's a former artist. She was making those claims about Lizzo. She was like, how can you put it all out there and then cry about it? That's what they're talking about with Angel Reese right now. They're saying the same thing with her. They're like, how can you claim to be the villain, self-proclaimed villain, and then you cry about it and you want, all the sympathy or empathy from people. Yeah, I don't know where I stand on that. I just, again, I'm a positive person, so I want everybody to kind of just be happy and be good. But I guess moving forward, the last thing that I'll ask you is, as hopefully she moves past this. I know there's lawsuits going on and everything, but as she moves past this, when she reintroduces herself musically to the world, do you think she should scale back a little bit on the public nudity and things like that?
So I even referring back to that comment, sometimes people kind of do things to kind of conceal, to kind of get the attention off of what they're truly feeling. So that may have been the case for her, where she's doing this to kind of hide how she really feels. And as far as scaling back, that's who she is. That's how she came out. So she would just kind of have to figure out what this new Lizzo looks like. Artists rebrand themselves all of the time.
Yeah.
So she would just have to kind of figure out what that looks like, if I make it.
No, that makes perfect sense. I agree with you and agree that artists do this all the time. So I don't think she's any different. She just got to see what works for her, what will be received. Because at the end of the day, her music is good. She has fans. And if she can merge the two with her image and her music, she'll be all right.
Yeah.
Niara, you are a pleasure. I'm so excited that you came on to do our show today. Let everybody know where they can find you online again.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun in these discussions, and you guys can follow me at Niara, that's NIARA _.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to having another conversation with you very, very soon, and enjoy your weekend. It's Friday, girl. Go live it up.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. I sure will. Well, when we come forward, we'll play a Who's Got Next, a little bit of it with the time that we have, and maybe what not to miss on the other side. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's up, people? It's your boy Harmony H. Money Samuels, and I'm here on the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. What's up?
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve your credit score in 2024. Establishing credit is an important key to achieving financial health, but building a credit history from scratch can feel challenging since you need credit to build credit. First, what does it mean to build credit? All consumers have a score between 300 and 850. You want your score to be as high as possible as lenders look at your credit score to make loan and credit decisions. A good credit score shows you have a track record of borrowing money responsibly. Remember, it's never too late to build or rebuild your credit. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Linking social justice and climate justice all year long. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertiri Plessy. Nefertiri felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Raw Report. With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, let's jump right into it. This lady right here, she's holding just a guitar. I love this song. This is Irma, House of Cards. Check it out.
Tell me to go to sleep now. Tell me you got no clue. Tell me to cut it out now, but don't let me be the ghost of you. Tell me you don't want to make it easy on my mind. You got a brand new lover, but don't let me be a stranger. It breaks my heart, cause I couldn't even get you on the phone. It breaks my heart, cause I took a wind blast and all is gone. It breaks my heart, cause I couldn't even get you on the phone. Look at this house of cards that we used to go. Tell me not to worry, there'll be a second chance. Whatever you say will be a weight off my shoulder. Ooh, look, I just wanna take whatever you say. Pull the trigger, now the blame on me. I'm falling back in the trap inside of me. It breaks my heart, cause I couldn't even get you on the phone. It breaks my heart, cause I took a wind blast and all is gone. It breaks my heart, cause I couldn't even get you on the phone. We got this house of cards that we used to go. Tell me to go and find a piece of left I find. Put them on my shoulders and bring them to you. Tell me to go and count every thorn on your skin. You've got some breathing to do, but don't let me be the ghost of you. breaks my heart, 'cause you couldn't even get you on the phone. It breaks my heart, 'cause you took away my plastic, all is gone. It breaks my heart, 'cause I couldn't even get you on the phone. Look out this house of cards that we used to go.
Irma. House of Cards. That's the vibe. It's a nice little vibe. Yeah. Forrest Harrison says, kind of like India Ari. I can see that. Yeah, that's a vibe. I like it. Irma. So make sure you add her to your playlist if you like her vibe as well. Well. Oh, what I don't want you to miss. Now, this is going down. Like it started yesterday yesterday. So you got to check this out. This is Super Freak, the Rick James story. This is live. This is a play. Speaking of plays, this is going to be a tour. The Rick James story is hitting the road. They've already started just yesterday in Washington, D.C. They are going all around the country. They're going to Chicago and Baltimore and Birmingham. It looks like they're going to St. Louis and, of course, L.A., Atlanta as well. So they're going all over. If you are interested, Stokely from Mint Condition, he's playing Rick James. This one should be good, actually. I think this is going to be pretty great. You might want to check it out. So rickjameslive.com, rickjameslive.com, and you can see when they will be coming to your city, so you can swoop up and become well-rounded by attending this play. All right, you guys, what a wonderful week. I thank you guys so very much for joining me, and thank you to my contributor of the day, Niara J. And I'm looking forward to a great show next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Relax, kick your feet up, and be safe out there. I am your host, Robin Ayers. Remember, today and every single day forward, be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Trey Thomas. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Black mayors of New York City and Philadelphia spoke out to reassure residents in their communities about the Friday morning earthquake that hit the Northeast. The quake's epicenter was in Lebanon, New Jersey, but was felt as far away as New York State and Pennsylvania. The Justice Department's Criminal Division Violent Crime Initiative is sending resources to St. Louis, Missouri to target gangs and other violent groups. First Alert 4